The battle against COVID-19 with the national efforts and vaccination demand generation towards healing and national recovery became the impetus of 2021 communication efforts of the Philippine Information Agency Region 9. The region confronted various fronts including countering fake news, disinformation and misinformation, addressing ignorance and misconceptions of the vaccines, and handling the growing impatience of the public that deals with changing quarantine protocols that restricted movement and eventually affects mental health and behavior of some sectors. Despite the challenges brought by COVID-19 pandemic, PIA-9 continues to provide with timely, relevant, and accurate information through the traditional and digital media platforms available. The region and the provincial info centers continue to produce contents and IEC materials for dissemination to keep the public aware and engaged with the 4K pillars of government efforts towards national recovery. These pillars are treated uniquely or integrated in IECs produced in PIA-9's communication platforms under the banner of Inform, 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 and Explain, Explain, Explain campaign. Amidst travel and mass gathering restrictions due to erratic rise of COVID cases, PIA-9 remains committed to pursue its efforts to expand and capacitate the barangay information officers and its network that proved to be valuable partners as multipliers of government communication efforts. To date, a total of 1,412 barangay information officers have been established and given orientation out of the 2,114 barangays in the region. These bayans are fully functional and operational that primarily helps the government fight COVID through countering fake news and misinformation, including government efforts to end local communist armed conflict, promote government programs and various advocacies for the welfare of women, children and youth, persons with disabilities, seniors, and other vulnerable sectors. PIA was also able to lobby support from LGUs to sustain the bayons. I-volunteers or information volunteers coming from the youth, students, and other sectors in the community served as another link of PIA-9. These multipliers undergo capacity building and trainings as the agency's invaluable partner. Communications and related trainings for partner line agencies and civil society groups boosted their capacities to deal with current trends and revitalize traditional medium for communication to improve public service. Through the efforts of PIA Regional Director Noemi Edaga, the Regional Development Council approved a resolution institutionalizing membership of government agencies to the Mindanao Communicators Network, ensuring their full support to develop communication projects in Region 9 and the network's sustainability. These partnerships and network building proved very beneficial to our communication efforts at this time of the pandemic. PIA-9 played a key role in the technical group for COVID-19 vaccine demand generation that intensified its campaign for vaccine acceptance in the communities. Recently, PIA Info Center managers of Sibugay, Zamboanga del Norte, and Zamboanga del Sur took part of the 14-day assessment and validation dubbed Regional Project Haven Initiative with the OCD, DOH, DSWD, and DILG. The team visited towns with low vaccination turnout to provide interventions and strategies to attain herd immunity. These initiatives were completed through weekly Kapihan Public Forum and briefing in Zamboanga City. Talakayan in Basilan aired over DXNO FM radio, live streaming of Hisgot Hisgot of Zamboanga del Norte and Kapihan sa Sibugay. These platforms are utilized to highlight government programs and advocacies on anti-illegal drugs, HIV/AIDS, disaster preparedness, gender and development, freedom of information, peace and security, ending local communist armed conflict, anti-smuggling, and children's rights and welfare, among others. The PCOO-PIA Laging Handa network and public briefings continue to highlight LGUs in the region with best practices. These were widely shared on social media and communication groups and information volunteers networks. PIA-9 provided full communication support to PCOO Secretary Martin Andanar's Pagduaw sa Mindanao early this year and his provincial media sorties as guest in various local radio stations, and also support to the recent Barangayanihan Caravan to drumbeat the Duterte legacy. As head of the Regional Strategic Communication Cluster of the Task Force LCAC, PIA-9 conducted through online platform series of orientation and information sessions on the atrocities and lies of communist terrorist groups to Bayons, volunteers, and various sectors in the different communities and provinces in the region. Using platforms on traditional and digital media, we have accomplished and produced various IECs and activities as of January to October 2021. Government programs and advocacies are disseminated to provide opportunities to citizens, enabling informed decisions and nation building. PIA-9 has managed its available MOOE to perform and accomplish its mandate through outsourcing and strong partnership. All logistical needs were supported despite no special funding allocation. As our ways forward for 2022, we shall focus on our four thrusts: continued COVID vaccination campaign towards herd immunity, enhance personal skills and capacities for information multipliers, better engagement with IPs, Barangay Information Officers for Peace and Development, establish new regional office in Pagadian City, and create a working environment that is state-of-the-art and responsive to communication needs. As public servants, the call of duty is at most importance while coping with the lack of personnel and the threat of COVID-19. We shall continue to strive to improve and build a legacy of a better PIA and public servants with the support and guidance from the central government. This is PIA in Region 9, empowering communities towards healing and national recovery.